Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Closet Nerd. My name's Kristen for anyone who's new, and in today's video I have a Amazon try-on as usual. Now today I'm going to be talking about 7 different sweaters that I got off of Amazon. Some of them are winners, some of them are incredible. I can't wait for you guys to wear them and for me to see you guys with them on, but some of them not so much. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are terrible. Some of them are designed with so many different flaws. I don't know how it got through the design process. So I'm going to be going over all of that in today's video. Before we start, I do want to say if you guys haven't checked out my last video, it was my first travel vlog. I traveled down to White Sands National Park down here in New Mexico. I had so much fun doing it. I loved editing, making the video. Of course, it was my first one, so it's not the best, not gonna lie. But I am just so excited to go down this path and figure out where my YouTube channel is gonna end up. Of course, this is just a learning process for all YouTube channels. We go through a little bit of a transition here and there. I will be transitioning my channel from mostly looking at clothes to switching over and talking about sustainability. I am still going to be reviewing clothes and clothing brands for you guys, just because I know that's what you guys want from me. That's what I want to provide for you. But I'm also going to be looking at your day-to-day life and how you guys can look at your actions a little bit more in depth and really see how your actions have consequences on the other side of the world. That's really the purpose that I made this channel for. So I'm really excited to be honing in on that and talking more about that topic. But without further ado, let's get to the sweaters. All right, so the first sweater that I have for you guys is this beautiful olive green one. It's really giving me dark academia vibes for sure. I love this color, especially during the fall. It's definitely a color that you can transition into all winter long since it is a little bit darker. I got this for $35.99. Now, is it matching that price point? Let's go ahead and take a look. Now, when I look at knits, I'm really not gonna be focusing on stitching because there's not a lot of stitching happening here. It's mostly knits. I'm really not going to be looking at the stitches. They don't have a ton to do with the quality of the garment, but I am going to be looking at the knits, the designs to see if they're made correctly. I actually took a knitting class when I studied abroad in Italy. It was a super frustrating class. I hated it so much, but it was super interesting. So I actually know how they made like all these patterns and designs. So that's super cool. But looking at this one, absolutely right off the bat, I'm really loving the color of it. It hangs really nicely. It's a really nice weight. It's definitely going to keep you warm during the fall and winter. I think in the fall, if you just pair it with something like a light tank top underneath, you're going to be perfectly fine. In the winter though, you're definitely going to need to put on a few layers underneath. The chest is all exposed and that is how people get sick, so make sure to cover your chest. But looking at the knit quality here, it is a really nice knit. We can see that all the designs are even, nothing is pulling, nothing is pinching. It's really comfortable to wear and it hangs really nicely on the body. I'm not feeling any tugs on the back of my neck or underneath my armpits. That's usually what I look for when I look at knits. Overall, this was a beautiful, beautiful sweater. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Now, this next sweater that I got, it's pretty plain looking. I have to admit, when I saw it online, I fell in love. It kind of had an oversized effect to it. I thought it was going to be a little bit off the shoulder. When I got it in the mail and tried it on, I was really disappointed. It just looks like a very plain, average sweater. Looking at the stitch quality here, it looks okay, but I can tell that the weight of the fiber that they used is not as thick as the other sweaters that I have for you guys today. So that was a little kicker for me. I noticed that there were big holes in this. Actually, it's really not going to be able to keep you warm per se. All in all, I'm just really not a big fan of this sweater. I think it was just disappointing when I got it in the mail. I thought it was going to be oversized and really cute and hanging off my body, but it just really didn't live up to its expectations. I got this for $30.99. Now, is that price point appropriate for this quality? I'm gonna say yes. 30 bucks, that's gonna get you a pretty basic sweater. You know, if it was up in the 40 range, I would expect a little bit heavier of weight when it comes to the fibers that they used. But, you know, that price range, it really does match it. If you guys love it, definitely go ahead and buy it. I just think the color wasn't for me. Now for my next sweater, this is a little bit more of a lighter duster, actually. It's a little bit longer, it's a little bit lighter. It's gonna be for people who experience fall in California, Arizona, New Mexico, places like that that can get away with wearing a little bit lighter of sweaters, this is gonna be perfect for you. I had so much fun styling this. I put it with shorts the first time I wore it. The next time I put it with pants. It really gives it that effortless look, but also looking nice and polished. It isn't gonna be baggy. The sleeves are nice and tight, so it's not gonna look oversized at all, which is really nice, but it also has some nice weight to it. So it's still heavy, but it's not gonna get you really, really hot during the fall if you're somewhere that experiences hot falls. I really liked this sweater, especially the fact that it had pockets. The color was absolutely beautiful, and I only paid $27.99 for this. So looking at the stitching, this does have stitching in it because it's not a like fiber knit per se, but looking at the stitching, it still looks intact. It looks perfect. Looking at the stitching right there, that's perfectly constructed. The sleeves, the shoulders, everything looks perfect. We also have this style line in the back that's constructed perfectly. Now, looking at the buttons, we do have a couple threads loose. Now, when they're putting buttons on things, they don't actually knot the thread once they're done with it. They actually just put a whole bunch of stitches on top of each other, and hopefully they mix together and they cling together. But as you can see, this is just kind of coming out a little bit. I'm gonna end up just clipping that. I don't see that as something major here. Looking at the pockets are pretty good. We do have exposed seams in the pockets. However, this isn't a woven fabric, so I don't have to worry about it unraveling or anything like that. So that is really nice. That was okay to put with this garment. Now looking at the bottom, they did kind of take a cheap way out. Now they did just do serging at the bottom. This isn't what I would have picked for this. I think it has some nice weight to it, so it could have done a fold and then a stitch, but instead they just did serging. It's okay, it's gonna stick, but it does bring the quality down a little bit. But with all things considered, looking at, I only paid $27.99 for it. The amount of fabric that was used, the quality of the fabric, I say that this is 100% worth that $27.99. I had so much fun styling this, and I know I'm gonna get so much use out of this. All right, so the next sweater, I actually paid $32.99 for it, and the quality does not match the price tag. I'm just gonna say that up front right now. I got it from the brand Zaful, however, it was on Amazon. And I should have known. I really should have known. Most of the time, Zaful quality sucks. Not gonna lie, if you guys shop there, probably shouldn't. It's really bad for the environment. Their ethics are just terrible. It's basically fast fashion at its worst. I should have known that, but I figured from if I was buying it from Amazon, it was okay, which it's not. I shouldn't have done this. This is a mistake that I made. But I do want to tell you guys exactly why I think that. So first of all, I paid $32.99 for this, and I'm expecting like, oh, a really cute sweater that I'm gonna wear for maybe like 2 or 3 years. No, I can't wear this sweater out in public. I don't know what the designers were thinking when they made this. Now, if we just look at the knit, then we would be like, oh, this is actually like pretty good quality. It's got a pretty thick knit, you know, it's comfortable, it's gonna keep you nice and warm. But just the functional design of this sweater doesn't make sense. It's not functional, I don't understand it. And these like sprays at the end and at the bottom at the collar, they're so unified that they look stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're gonna fray something to look like it's been worn, at least do it like cattywampus and not the same interval. Like this, I'm sorry, this sweater looks ridiculous. Do not buy it. It's not worth it. You can't wear it out in public. I really don't understand it, and I regret buying it. So there you go. That's my opinion of it. This sweater is literally the perfect, comfy, cozy sweater. Like, you could pair it with leggings, with jeans, with sweatpants, and it would still look perfect with any of those outfits. It is so fun to wear. It's really nice and cozy, oversized. It does have pockets, so that is a plus. Now let's go ahead and just look at the quality. I did get this for $29.99, so I'm not expecting a lot of quality, but I'm expecting like the bare minimum at least for 30 bucks. Now we do have to take into consideration the size of these sweaters. So this one is a little bit longer. It has really nice full sleeves. It's got pockets, so that all requires more material. So for 30 bucks, this is really nice. We do have a little bit bigger of holes in this sweater, but that's totally okay. I think it goes perfect with the style of it. Having it a little bit oversized and having it really cozy, I think that matches the aesthetic of it. I do have to say, however, this is a very shruggy sweater. It falls off my shoulders all the time. It's not one that I can really like wrap around my body and feel like enclosed in, but this is gonna make you feel like, ooh, I want to snuggle by the campfire with someone that I love and like drink hot chocolate. That's the vibe that I got from this sweater. So I really enjoyed it. I've worn it out a couple times now and I got so many compliments on it. The color is nice and bright. It's this beautiful navy blue, if you guys can see with the light. So 10 out of 10, this is awesome and I would 100% recommend it for you guys. So this next one was one of my favorite ones that I got from this haul. It's almost like a really light sweater slash shirt, and this one is off the shoulders. It's true off the shoulders. So I really liked wearing this. I love the color. I love this olive, almost like dusty olive color. It almost looks like I got it thrifted, but I didn't. Haha, fooled ya. What the am I saying? But I loved it. I loved styling this. This is such a me shirt. We've got this V-neck in the front and in the back with the style line going down the back. Just that little bit of detail makes a huge difference to me. We have a little bit of detail on the sleeves. They're a little bit longer than your usual cuffed sleeves, so that's gonna give already a dramatic kind of puffed sleeve effect. We also have a raw edge right here. Now, since this is a knit, it's not gonna fray. You guys don't have to worry about that, which is nice. And it does kind of give a little worn effect to the shirt, which I like and appreciate. The stitching quality and the seams quality of everything looks pretty okay. This was $25.99, so I'm not expecting like over the top quality, just the bare minimum again. We don't have any exposed seams up top. Let's go ahead and look down at the bottom. So looking down at the bottom, we actually have an elastic band down here, which is gonna help stretch it. That's a little bit interesting. But again, we have that repeating aesthetic of having the worn seams right here. I just really appreciate all the little detail that went into doing this. It's got texture, it's got excitement, it's got different elements to it, and they all did it very cohesively into this one shirt. So I love it. I think there's a couple other colors online. Definitely go check it out. This is a beautiful, beautiful off-the-shoulder shirt for you guys. So the last sweater that I have for you guys is actually the one that I'm wearing right now. I fell in love with it after I gave it to one of my friends, actually. I got it out of the packaging and I was like, ooh, I actually don't really like this. I'm not sure that I'm gonna wear it. I didn't even try it on, and I let my friend wear it and it looked so good on her that I was like, actually, I'm gonna need that back. I think I really like it. So I took it back, I washed it, I looked at all the stitches and seams, and we actually have really cool design patterns with this one. So up at the sleeves and up at the neck, we actually have our classic rib, and then we actually have this different design on the sleeves and on the body of the sweater. That just gives it a little bit more texture, and that just gives a little bit of tightness to the sleeves, as well as the bottom band and also the top, just to kind of take everything and go. So I really love this color. Not only is it something that you can wear in October and it be absolutely perfect, but I also did some color research, and this is actually gonna be a color that you can wear into the fall and actually into the spring. This is gonna be a reoccurring color that we see over the next year. So I am so excited about this sweater. It's really nice and warm. I have the sun like beating down on me. It's still breathable. I'm not sweating yet, but I can still tell that my body heat is being trapped in here. So those are all the sweaters that I got from Amazon. Like I said, some of them are amazing, some of them are duds, and you should definitely not buy. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and if you haven't subscribed already, that would mean the world to me. Of course, like always, thank you guys so much for loving and supporting my channel. It means the world to me, and I can't wait to see where this channel leads me next. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to review any other clothes that you see on Amazon. I absolutely love doing this for you guys. Thank you guys so much again. I'll see you guys later. Bye.